What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stokastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with a Tuesday edition of NBA Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become a prize whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Yeah, YouTube content that'll be going up until Thursday. And then we have the NBA All-Star break. Hopefully, you're following me over at X at Eric Lindquist. Hopefully, Bobby Portis can get over 2.5 assists for the people, 3.5 to get everybody involved. But last night, that's the beauty of the premium Discord. Got in there. Over 2.5 assists, ridiculously low number. Dame did end up playing, which was a little surprising to me. Either way, feel really good about that number considering some of the splits we've had for Bobby Portis of late. Hopefully he doesn't get foul trouble. I saw he had a quick foul. Does have 1 assist, though. That is good stuff. But producer Jacob's ready to rock. I'm ready to roll. 4 games, going to be super quick, covering this video, talking about 2 perspective props, and I'll talk about why a little bit more at Eric Lindquist. But that's the beauty of this, is I can give you the video form, be a little bit quicker than I normally am, and then break it all down for you in writing, showing my work. Thank you, producer Jacob, for an entire NFL season as well that was in the books. Feels good. People are weird over in the YouTube comments, but you know what? What can you do about it? We're ready to go. Yeah, I'm just stalling now. Producer Jacob, let's get to the picks. Let's party. Toronto, 7.5 points going up against Philly, and Philly, they're going to be celebrating the Super Bowl here at this one. Makes me think that Joel Embiid may be more likely to play on the front end than the back end of this back-to-back, but tons of news to be paying attention to. You're going to want to keep your head to the grindstone, or whatever that saying is. I don't know. I just know that there's a lot of different configurations that we could get of this Philly lineup if Joel Embiid is out, because behind him, you also have the opportunity to have Andre Drummond showing up here yet again. But Yabusele, I think we're going to just routinely see him be the main guy that, you know, he would benefit a ton. Will start at the 5 more than likely going forward. But it makes Andre Drummond a little bit more interesting to some extent, simply because he has to play stints. And going up against Jonathan Mogbo, Chris Boucher, Orlando Robinson at the center position, it is brutality there because Jakob Poeltl out. You got RJ Barrett, Brandon Ingram still waiting to make his debut here for Toronto. A lot that is waiting in the wings. However, if Joel Embiid doesn't play, if he doesn't play here on Tuesday, that means that they're saving him up for Wednesday, because Wednesday, every single team in the National Basketball Association is playing basketball. So you only know one of the 2 games you're going to potentially get Embiid at most. And so who does Philly play tomorrow? Well, wouldn't you know it, it's Brooklyn. Sometimes they go for those easy layups, but I think you maybe just save him here and you go to the other side, go to the Brooklyn, but they've routinely played him in these home games. So I think Embiid more than likely to play, but Toronto plus 7.5. I'm just going to make it a lean here. It's injury maintenance. It's really hard to get a grasp on, and Tyrese Maxey's been playing really, really well. So despite the fact that I've got this closer to 6, I got to stay away here. Joel Embiid been struggling on the defensive end because not as mobile. You've seen some wonky game scripts here with him active lately. I think we just stay away from this one entirely. And we save it up for the Knicks taking on Indy. 234.5 total here. Knicks, 1-point favorites on the road getting out of MSG. OG Anunoby, doubtful to be playing basketball here in this spot more than likely, but he is listed as questionable for right now. Take it for what you will. Right foot sprain, we shall see. As for Miles Turner, did not play the last couple, and well, he didn't get picked up by the Lakers. And the Lakers probably wish they had gotten Miles Turner instead, because the Mark Williams void. Either way, 234.5 is a low number considering the Knicks still top 3 in offensive rating here. It has been a wild, wild season for them. Karl Anthony Towns been playing some good basketball at times. A little less so here lately, but Jalen Brunson's starting to pick up the slack a little bit. Precious Achiuwa, you know you're going to get him in the starting lineup if OG Anunoby ends up out, with Pascal Siakam and 2 bigs that would be out there. It'll be Thomas Bryant next to Pascal Siakam in the event that Turner can't go, but I run this one multiple times, and I just keep landing up in this 237, 238 style. So contrary to Memphis and Phoenix, which will come up in the last one, you kind of know where I'm going with that. I like the over here, 234.5, too low of a number here at open. I think you want to jump in now before we get some stuff popping up here because, well, Andrew Nembhard defensively should be okay, but give me all of those wings, and that would be really helpful here for New York. Also helpful for you, first week, $10, first month, $25. Going to be jumping into the college streets during this NBA All-Star break just for a couple of days as we're hanging out. Going to have some other sharp people in tails help me out with some plays there in that department. Plus, well, you know, my one college basketball mainstay here, Iowa State. Yeah. Didn't exactly enjoy seeing the half-court buzzer beater the one time that I posted an NBA or NCAA play. So we're going to be getting ourselves rocking before the tournament. Hey, I'm going to be at the Big East tournament at Madison Square Garden. Looking forward to that in 1 month's time. Starts on the 12th. But anyway, this starts at $10 for your first week, $25 for your first month. That's Lindy50. Join me in Tails, get the app, companion app as well, and jump into that Discord today. Alrighty, y'all, back to the picks. Speaking of pace, Chicago, number one in it. We got Chicago hosting Detroit, and this one was my first click, the most obvious click on the board right now. And there's only one book where -3 currently sits, and that is DraftKings.com. Everything else is at 3.5, and I don't know why, but I want to justify ripping someone's head off. But Nikola Vucevic has not been the same. Buzelis has been fun to watch him start at the 4 here in the absence of Zach LaVine. They've slid everybody down. Giddey, White, and Dosunmu also starting in that main unit, but you're still sitting with Patrick Williams on the bench. You're still sitting with Kevin Huerter, who was really weird to see him check into that game the other night. I can't even tell you, but Detroit's playing really good basketball. Again, this is a team that's going to finish above 500 at the end of the year, and Cade Cunningham, the main reason why. But Jalen Duren, man, everything I'm looking at has him smashing from a points plus rebounds perspective. He's had some wonky foul trouble in recent games that I think is going to lower his opening number against Vooch, and I want to try to take advantage. So Detroit -3, that's your play. So the two plays on the card, over 234.5, Detroit -3. But I'm going to break down to the prop thread. I think there's some ways that Duren goes completely nutty against Vooch, considering we're up in pace, more possessions, 236.5, not a total you see very often here for the Detroit Pistons. I think we're going to be looking at some interesting alts on the Duren side. And no, friends, I'm not going to try to bet against the total, the team total here for Memphis. They're 2.5-point favorites taking on Phoenix. We do get Kevin Durant back out there, which is always fun to see. Tyus Jones, Booker, O'Neal, Durant, Richards, I think, because you already got news that Bradley Beal's going to be out for this one. But I look at the Memphis side, and they're almost healthy. Like, they have Marvin Bagley on this team now, which is kind of hilarious to look at. But Santi Aldama, Scottie Pippen Jr., John Konchar, Luke Kennard, Jay Huff at times, G.G. Jackson at times, Brandon Clark at times. They're a 12, 13-man deep type rotation, depending on what they need on any given night. I think that's going to make shorting Zach Edey or going long on Zach Edey in the right spots very advantageous. This sets up as a small ball type game. I don't think you'll see as much Mason Plumlee and Nick Richards just automatically backing it up if Edey does not get up to a hot start. And again, this is just kind of where I may be looking at some single game parlays. You never look at the X.com, the formerly known as Twitter, and see a lot of under single game parlay combinations, but I think this one might be one that I'm more interested in. That being said, I'm not going to short 238.5, although we all know already the way that I look at Memphis, they are unsustainably shooting the ball. They're playing at an absolute insane pace, even with John Morant off the floor, and it's just driving me nuts. So I'm going to stay away from doing it, but I'm going to lean that direction. You damn right. 238.5. And then Nick Richards, in the event that we see him be the guy who continues to start here for the Suns, we've seen 18.5, 19.5. I feel like against OKC, we've picked some really advantageous spots to go under his PRA in the premium Discord. Think this might be another one. Want to see that opening number? I'm theorizing that that's inside of -120, but I think there's ways that this game goes small with Durant at the 5, O'Neal at the 5, and you end up having Jaren Jackson Jr. on the other side playing some small ball 5. Looking forward to those kind of iterations, and that will not help my total, but would definitely help some of these unders on centers. And that does it for a quick and easy edition of NBA Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to the comment section below. Let me know how much you're looking forward to 15 games on Wednesday. I'm actually looking forward to it. It's all hell on earth. No rules, unbarred, just follow me at Eric Lindquist over on X if you guys want to get some updated plays, talk through a little bit of process. If you've got questions, hopefully I've got answers, but I can definitely give those to you in the premium Discord where we're always talking through process and plays ad nauseum around the clock. Keep your composure, baby. We got to go. Producer Jacob, thank you so much. Until next time on Wednesday, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the NBA streets on Tuesday's 4-game slate.